I swear. Sometimes when you meet people or you hear people, you get their energy. As an empath, or perhaps as a sensitive person, you get attuned to people's energy. And sometimes what happens is, let's say you meet different kinds of people, different kinds of anxieties like you can experience by meeting certain people. Let's say you see powerful people. Let's say you meet, or just for example, you meet, let's say, former mobs or whatever. And so there is this, let's say if you have anxiety or if you are hypersensitive, you know, men like, or maybe women have these things when they look at the person's eye for a couple of reasons, either trying to show them that they're not a threat because they perceive the person as powerful, or they try to, you know, show them that they are not afraid, or kind of this, you know, like energy lock up, energy absorption, a little anxiety, you know. Same thing goes to models. If let's say a guy sees a 10, a hot girl, for example, you know, they don't approach her as a normal person. They inflate their meaning, and they look and gaze and freeze and think to stay in their head. And I know it's different. It's a little bit like, let's say for example, if you meet a lawyer, you will be very leery on what you tell them, or you because you think they might. I mean, everyone has their own anxiety. Everyone has their own nuances, but this is especially true if you have like a sixth sense, if your intuition is strong, if you have the gift of fear. I don't know if you've read this book. And so this is a valid thing. Like, you have to listen to your inner, to the sixth sense. But I found a trick, finally, you know, the trick that set me free. The trick that made me, like before, like, you know, it was really hard to be yourself with people, or just treat people normally as they are, right? I was too much in my head analyzing, like thinking of what, like, you know, like being weird about it, or like looking at people and like, you know, like, you're not a good guy, I'm sure, or you like, you can tempt people as a model, don't you, like, you know, stuff like that. The thing that worked for me is basically the Truman Show. When you understand, or just believe it, that they are just actors. And I know it's simple, it's simpler said than done, but really,